With a $220 price gap and specs that seem worlds apart, these two laptops just flipped my expectations upside down. You're choosing between the AMD Ryzen AI 9 365 in the Blade 14 and the Intel Core Ultra 7255HX in the Omen Max 16, with 10 cores versus 20 cores respectively. The Omen Max 16 also lists a higher 2.4 GHz base frequency and a 3 nm process, while the Blade 14 shows 2.0 GHz and 4 nm, but these numbers aren't directly comparable across architectures. What matters is that the Omen Max 16 scores meaningfully higher in real-world benchmarks, so it handles demanding multitasking and editing more smoothly. Geekbench 6 single-core and multi-core scores are 2845 and 14637 for Blade 14, 3282 and 17361 for Omen Max 16. Cinebench 2024 single and multi-scores are 118 and 1072 for Blade 14, 142 and 1992 for Omen Max 16. Omen Max 16's higher numbers across every test mean your demanding apps and multitasking will feel more responsive all day. Both use a GeForce RTX 5060, both are dedicated GPUs, and both have 8 GB of VRAM and similar teraflops. With a 16-inch IPS LCD, the Omen Max 16 gives you more screen space than the Blade 14's 14-inch OLED, which matters for multitasking and immersive viewing. The Blade 14's 2880 by 1800 panel is sharper, but the Omen Max 16's 165 Hz refresh rate over 120 Hz means smoother motion for gaming or scrolling. That's now 2 wins for Omen Max 16, this one included. A 450 nit panel on Blade 14 means you see more detail in sunlight or a bright office, and that's on top of the display win a moment ago. Neither laptop offers a touchscreen, so your interaction stays traditional. Blade 14 supports HDR10, while Omen Max 16 does not, but both use a matte coating to cut glare. With 243 pixels per inch versus 142 pixels per inch, Blade 14's screen looks sharper for text and photos in any lighting. With 83 watt-hours versus 72 watt-hours, the Omen Max 16 gives you more time unplugged during long days. It also charges faster, supporting 280 or 330 watt adapters compared to the Blade 14's 200 watt limit. Both use USB-C for charging, so the type of cable you carry stays the same either way. That's now 5 wins for Omen Max 16, this one included. Both ship with 16 GB of RAM as standard, but Blade 14 uses LPDDR5X while Omen Max 16 uses DDR5, which won't change your multitasking day to day. Only Omen Max 16 lets you upgrade memory after purchase, so you can adapt if your needs grow. Both the Blade 14 and Omen Max 16 ship with 1 TB of SSD, M2, storage as standard, and both use NVMe drives. You can upgrade storage later in either laptop, so you are not locked into the base configuration. Carrying 1.63 kilograms instead of 2.48 kilograms, with a 16.2 mm profile instead of 27.69 mm, you feel the difference every time you pack up or move around campus. Both use aluminum, so you still get a premium build in hand. That lighter, slimmer Blade 14 is simply easier to live with day to day, especially after storage was tied. Both Blade 14 and Omen Max 16 offer Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4, so you will not notice a difference connecting wirelessly day to day. Each gives you 2 USB 4.0 ports, but only Omen Max 16 adds Thunderbolt 4, which means you can plug into high-speed docks or displays without adapters. Both laptops keep the standard audio jack, so your headphones work out of the box. If you want to avoid hunting for adapters when connecting to more advanced accessories, Omen Max 16 makes that easier. Omen Max 16 uses a monolith keyboard with 1.5 mm travel, while Blade 14 has an island layout and 1 mm travel, so your fingers get a deeper, more cushioned press across a single surface all day. The Omen Max 16 also includes a numpad, which matters if you enter numbers often or want shortcuts at hand. Both laptops offer a 1080p FHD webcam, and neither includes a fingerprint reader, so those features won't sway your decision. And that's on top of the connectivity win a moment ago for Omen Max 16, making typing comfort another area it extends its lead. You get just one CPU option with the Blade 14, but the Omen Max 16 gives you 4, so you can tailor performance and price to your needs. Both offer RAM at 16 GB, 32 GB, or 64 GB and storage at 1 TB, 2 TB, or 4 TB, so those choices are identical. At $1,799 for the Blade 14 and $1,579 for the Omen Max 16, the price gap is $220. That extra money gets you the Blade 14's wins in brightness and design, but the Omen Max 16 takes 8 categories and costs less. The Blade 14 comes in black or gray, the Omen Max 16 in black. For full pricing details, check the description below. Blade 14 is for those who want a compact, premium-feeling laptop with standout design and a noticeably brighter, sharper OLED display that excels in well-lit spaces. Skip it if you want the best value or care about maximizing features per dollar. You pay $220 more and give up battery life. Omen Max 16 is for buyers who want top-tier performance, longer battery life, and more configuration options without paying a premium. Skip it if you prioritize a lighter, more stylish chassis for frequent travel or care most about screen sharpness. The thicker chassis makes it the bulkier laptop to carry daily. Which would you pick? The Blade 14 or the Omen Max 16, and why? Drop a comment, like the video, and subscribe to Computer Matrix for more honest laptop comparisons.